Shalom, shalom, giving all glory and praise and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash, double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone, peace, mercy, and grace to the household of faith, the election. Welcome back to a quick lesson, man. I just wanted to say, I just want to speak on the current climate of where we at right now, in the midst of the election year. There's a lot of psychological operations at play right now, working on the minds of people. Ultimately, the Most High controls the minds of man, and what the Lord is stirring up is a spirit of sedition and all anarchy breaking loose, which the left hand has been predicting anarchy or order ab chaos to bring in the justification of a new system in which they will set themselves up as gods amongst men. All right, and what you're looking at in my background is Alex Jones is live. He's live, and he's, if you look at the title here, it says, Massive 2024, Election Theft Alert. They're fighting so hard to steal this damn thing. Warns Trump. I'm going to play a little bit.
The fight against the New World Order. But we've also brought you some of the very best...
which sounds like in a, he's doing an ad right now. But again, he's live right now with 658,000 live viewers right now. But he's speaking about basically how they're trying to steal this thing, right? And that's pretty much the narrative. You had here in Oregon how you had these ballot boxes on fire.
We're watching it smoke for the past half hour or so. We just watched firefighters pry open the back of this ballot box, which is obviously on fire. We were watching it smoke for the past half hour or so.
Basically what they're doing is they're looking to make it seem like no matter who wins, it's going to be a fraud. You can't trust who wins, because no matter if they say Trump won, oh, well, it's because it was stolen. Oh, well, Kamala won, oh, it's because it was stolen. They did this. They was burning votes. My vote didn't count. So basically to stir up confusion amongst the minds of people, and ultimately to stir up sedition and all-out chaos, because you had in predictive program, you had the movie The Purge, you had The Purge, then you had The Purge Anarchy, then you had The Purge Election Year, then you had The First Purge, then you had The Forever Purge. And the one I want to key on is The Purge Election Year, which that movie was about a president who was coming to basically silence all the corruption and stop the corruption or whatnot. And that's like Trump, and the slogan, if you do the research on the slogan of that movie, it was basically making America great, or keeping America great, which is the slogan that Donald Trump is running on. And this is all high-level witchcraft, and that's why the push is so high to vote, go and vote, because voting, when you pledge your vote, you're literally making a pledge, you're making a vow. They need your souls, you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans primarily, but even just all the people, they need you to be a party in this. Formal expression of one's wish or choice with regard to a proposal or candidate. From the Latin votum, a vow, a wish, a promise to a god, a solemn pledge, or a dedication. So if you just hear that definition, you can see the importance of this in relation to your soul being joined in unto this. And when you read Revelation 18 chapter, it tells you that you had the souls of men wrapped up in that, right? Revelation 18 and 13, it says, and it's just speaking about the different products, because this chapter goes into the destruction of Babylon the Great, and it tells you all of the things that was being traded here, because the United States of America is a big commercial port. It's an import, it's a great city of import. So a lot of products come in here and they push these products. So verse 13, it says, and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. Right, and particularly the slaves and souls of men are the American people, especially Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. That's why they pushing so hard to make sure you go out and vote, especially you men of the Israelite tribes, because they want you to be out here voting, which is you putting your vow in. You know, you basically, because Revelation 13 chapter tell you about how, you know, people would go and wander after the beast. They will worship the beast, you know, make an image to the beast. So part of you believing in this system is really you voting, you going along, you pretty much having your mind set in this place and not having a mind set toward the Lord, judging and destroying this place. And it's just as simple as that, right? And so what they doing, they're setting it up to where it's gonna look like a setup or a unfair or unbalanced. No matter who wins, no, your vote then count. It's setting you up to basically question if your vote counted or whatever. And that's the great confusion prophesied by the prophet Ezra, which in the Latin is Esdras, which is 2nd Esdras 16 and 21. It says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth that they should think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. And great confusion is really under this internet digital age where, you know, you have deep fake, you have AI, all these different technological advances which make you question everything. And then you have things on the news and on social media making you question, like, damn, did my vote get burnt in a ballot box? Did my vote count? You know, it's basically just set up to create confusion. And then you have the elite of the seed of Edom who run this world they're going to come with a solution to this problem. All right, and there's going to be something that's going to be a snare, like the Lord said, then shall it come as a snare unto them to dwell in the world. This is going to be a snare to trap you into believing that they're going to come with the solution. And the solution is going to be verifying people on a deeper scale via biometrics, via digital identification, via technology, in which Esau, Edom, and the heathen control this. All right. So they're creating all this confusion. They're telling you, hey, this is the most important election. Make sure you go out and vote. Because really, at the end of the day, it don't matter who you vote for. Because if you're voting, you still believe that your vote matters, and who you pick, you know, that's gonna have a big, that's gonna matter. That's gonna be important, you know. And a lot of people are doing it in their own simplicity, but you know, the message of the gospel is that you abstain from this and know that, you know, Babylon the Great is the United States, and this place is going to be destroyed. So voting is futile. And I wanted to start here in Isaiah 55, where it says the title of this chapter is the free offer of mercy. And that's the mercy coming from the Most High, which begins with you forsaking your way, learning about the Lord, repenting, and coming back and knowing the Lord going to destroy this place. So voting, and like, we at the end of the American reign. I did a video recently where I land back off the topic of the Apostle of the Heart, speaking about how the average kingdom lasts about 250 years, and the United States of America is at 248 years as we speak. So this is Isaiah 55 and verse 6. It says, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, and he shall have mercy upon him, and to our God, for he will abundantly pardon. That's very comforting, knowing that the Lord will abundantly pardon. Because when you look at the history of these captivities and, you know, the Lord bringing judgment, there was a period of time where there was a grace period. There was a period where he raised up the prophets. Let's go to Jeremiah 25, prophecy of the captivity. Jeremiah 25 and 8, it says, therefore thus saith the Lord of hosts, because ye have not heard my words. Right? So this was a warning. The words came by way of the prophets, where the Lord raised up the prophets to go out and speak, right? It says, verse 9, behold, I will send and take all the families of the north, saith the Lord, and Nebuchadrezzar, the king of Babylon, my servant, and will bring them against this land and against the inhabitants thereof and against all these nations round about, and will utterly destroy them and make them an astonishment and a hissing and a perpetual desolations. So the Lord said, even back then toward the time of the Neo-Babylonian captivity, Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, he said that because the Lord raised up prophets, Jeremiah and the likes during that time, his contemporaries, the Lord said, well, because I raised up prophets, you didn't listen to them. Well, now I'm going to bring judgment. I'm going to raise up the heathen nations to come against you. And that's what's coming full circle, because that which is then is now, according to King Solomon. The Lord is raising up the Edomites to make a move. And so, like the title of Isaiah 55 said, the free offer of mercy. The free offer of mercy is coming to a close. The Lord is stirring up Edomites, because Edomites that tote guns, that have been prepping, that have been training, they're being made ready to say, okay, if this election doesn't go to Trump, it was stolen and we're going to act. We're going to make a move. That's what they're saying. We're going to make a move because it's stolen. Our country is being stolen. It's being usurped. And according to them, what they're taught is that the founding fathers told them that, hey, if certain things happen, you have the right to form militias and take matters into your own hands as we the people. All right. So, and that's what actually the elites are stirring up too. They want order out of chaos, going back to the purge, as I brought out earlier. You had the purge anarchy, the purge election year, the forever purge, where basically all hell broke out loose. And the solution to this whole society of mass poverty, etc., was to come with a new solution. Where, hey, we do this once a year, but outside of that, everything is all good. But basically, in this new setup, it's going to be a digital system where you're surveilled by AI, where AI is watching your every move, cameras watching your every move, and punishing you in real time via digital IDs, where your money is linked to to the internet, and when you get out of line, you get punished. And that's a similar system to what's about to be established right before our faces. And like I said, those that don't worship the beast should be killed. Right? So Isaiah 25:9, behold, I will send and take all the families of the north, saith the Lord, and Nebuchadrezzar, the king of Babylon, my servant. Right? And Nebuchadrezzar was a heathen. But yet the Lord referred to him as his servant. Why? Because he controlled his mind. So he said, the king of Babylon, my servant, will bring them against this land and against the inhabitants thereof and against all these nations round about, and will utterly destroy them. Why? Because the Most High is going to allow him to do that. It says, to make them an astonishment and a hissing and perpetual desolations. Moreover, I will take from them the voice of mirth and the voice of gladness and the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride, the sound of the millstones and the light of the candle. So when you look at so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, that's what you have a lot of. A lot of playing games, a lot of memes, a lot of video folly on social media, a lot of this crap where they got these little microphones and they interviewing people and they doing these podcasts and they turning up, they doing these dances in Japan. You got Jake out here doing these little break dances in Japan and all that shit, man. The Lord said he is going to make that to cease. Verse 11, and this whole land shall be a desolation and an astonishment, and these nations shall serve the king of Babylon 70 years. Now that was then, but today it ain't gonna be 70 years. It ain't gonna be even that long. It's gonna be a small portion of time where Esau is gonna fill his belly, and people are gonna, acquiesce to and submit to the New World Order. They're gonna get chipped up. They're gonna bow down. They're gonna think that whatever happens from this election is gonna be a good solution, cause shit about to go down, man. This shit is about to hit the fan. It's about to hit the fan. People are fed up. And where the Edomites are, because that's really what I'm watching, the Edomites, and I'm watching these food insecurities too. All these recalls happening. These prices keep going up and people are getting more and more poor. But Esau are the ones with the guns. They're the ones that's like, they're the ones that's probably really going to set it off. And then once Jake get hit by Esau, they might respond, which is all the sedition and the one people going against another, which is 2 Esdras 15 and 14 on down. Let's read that. And it says, woe unto the world and them that dwell therein. Woe means destruction. Destruction unto the world, right? Destruction unto this age. All right, because this age is not the end all be all. This is some bullshit we live in. This is the matrix. All right, verse 15, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. Right, and that ultimately sword and destruction is when the missiles get shot. All these missiles that North Korea and Russia and the U.S. is holding, Israel holding them too, right? That's going to lead to the destruction. All it's going to take is for nations to start letting them go, and then another nation responds, and then another nation responds, and then another nation responds. That's going to be the destruction that's drawn now. It says, and one people shall stand up and fight against another. So here on the ground, amongst us locally, people are going to stand up and fight against another. Because why? Because they're divided. They're not on the same page. They don't trust another. They don't like another. Their backs are against the wall. And this is going to begin with men. All right. It says, and swords in their hands, and the swords are going to be these guns. All right. So this prophecy really pertains to here in Babylon, where people are armed to the teeth, more guns than the people. Verse 16, it says, for there shall be sedition among men. This is people rising against the government, rising against what the local authorities are saying. It says, and invading one another. All right, what does it mean when you invade somebody? Invade, to enter in a hostile manner. So like even that whole January 6th shit, that was like invading in a low level hostile manner. Right, but it says from Latin to go, come, or get into, enter violently, penetrate into as an enemy. Right, and they showed you in that movie Civil War. That was a division, and you were looked at as an enemy if you was on the other side. So that's kind of where we at now. Someone went to a poll area dressed with Trump apparel, and which you're not supposed to do, and and they didn't give a fuck. All right, because we at that point now where people like, man, hey, this is, and they just moving in their truth. And like Eve be saying, oh, I'm walking in my truth. They just walking in what they think is the right way. They're thinking, hey, we need to vote this way because our country is at stake. Other people are saying, no, we need to vote it this way. We can't let that side win because that's bad for us. So, eventually, and plus on top of that, the enchantments of Babylon are saying, hey, y'all need to act. Because like I said in 2 Esdras 15, the course of their action shall stand in their own power. I'm going to read that. It says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. Because you're going to have certain presidents and governors and mayors saying, don't do this and don't do that. And, let's do this and let's do that. But they're not going to regard them. They're not going to listen, man. People don't respect elders in authority no more. They don't respect their fucking elders and their fucking authority. People are all looked at as equals in 2024. I was just talking with my girl today, man. Like people don't look like we was talking about the Cash Money concert. Like this dude Birdman is in his 50s. He like 54, 55. And it's like, you see him on the street, you don't look at him as an elder and an OG. You just look at him like a nigga, man. You look at him as your equal. Right? It says, in the course of their actions shall stand in their own power. So people are going to do what they're able to do. You got a gun in the op right in front of you without a gun, you're going to take advantage. Or whatever, man. People are going to do whatever in their power. So going back, to this agenda, this is the energy being pushed out there. Hey, both sides are saying that this thing is looking like it's about to get stolen, but the side on the right, which is the Republican side, they're the ones with the arms though. So we gonna see if they gonna goddamn do something, which I think the elite are behind propaganda or propagandizing them to respond and do something. Like I think they really want something to happen this year. Because I think they really want to push it. And it can go from the decision of the elections in November 5th all the way up to the inauguration, which is in January 20. January the something, whatever it is. So, watching this and just being alert, paying attention to this shit, this shit about to go down regardless, more than likely. Because there's only so many more times that they can pump fake before they really pull the trigger on this thing. And like I said, they've been doing the predictive programming with the Purge. They did the Purge election year. Why they come up with that? Why they push that? Why was that all over the Netflix and the different, apps on the Roku TV, and they wanted you to watch these movies to put people in that spirit, man. Because they want people to respond. They want people to act up. They want you to go out there and goddamn go against one another, which is the prophecy of the Lord stirring up the Egyptian versus the Egyptian. All right, so let the Lord do this, man. He working his work. He's making the spirit of sedition manifest amongst the people. He gonna do this thing, man. All praises to Yahweh Shemi Shai. I think that's pretty much my point. You can hear a little bit of this.
And so recap what you're saying there, and people ask, what's our strategy saying this? Well, my strategy is to tell the truth. That the steal's going on, I don't know if they'll be successful.
And Alex Jones, you look at his audience, it's a majority Edomites. They think they're in the right, and they think that you niggas are the problem. You niggas that's got them on the Harris Walsh side. They think you niggas is the problem. You voting for Biden and his team, and you niggas gotta go. So and I'm just speaking on that's how they feel. I'm sure that's how they feel, because they know that you're pretty much the majority vote for them, which you are in the minority. So it's like talking about blacks, they say you 13% of the population. Hispanics, you a little bit more, but shit, the whites are still majority of the population. It's like they made this thing to where it's like racial. So it's like, if one thing happens and another thing happens, it's like, oh nah, there ain't no way in hell that happened, And then we know that the left, BLM and all that shit, we know how y'all do. Y'all are known for protesting and blocking traffic and starting fires and starting all out of anarchy. So it can go down either way it goes. You know what I'm saying? So, but our job is to just kind of speak on it and put the true perspective in it and according to the scriptures, and stay out of it, man. Like, this ain't got nothing to do with us, man. This place gonna get destroyed. So we don't have no continuous in it. We don't have any real invested interest in it. So we just, stay out the way and let y'all do what y'all do, because the majority of y'all, you're gonna die anyway. So, Lord willing, to edify and lesson, I just want to bring that out. Giving all the glory and praise and honor to y'all by Shemi Shai. Until the next time, let's say shalom.